La abuela no está para robar, los caramelos a lengua y se aprovecha que la abuela se unió para jugar con la maraca de chapéu.
It's equally valuable. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jose Gabriel Moreno, and this documentary film is going to show you the problem that there is in Chile about the topic of the multiculturalism. This means that in Chile we have a diversity of cultures and lifestyles that makes the whole country have a own culture. As Chilean, sometimes we think that our culture is which we have from the Europeans, and we sometimes forget the native culture that we had in the past, like the Mapuches or the native nations. And we also have some cultures of another countries, like examples we see in the streets or wherever. First of all, we have to see that in our common culture there is a remarkable difference between the people who lives in Las Condes, for example, and the peripheric people from Santiago. And this is what we propose to demonstrate. These rich people create laws that sometimes only works for them, and it at the same time create also a very wide inequality.
Chile is a country that has an economic system that makes Chile a society divide itself in three social scales: highest class, middle class, and lowest class. And there's no difference inside the social structure. Rich people have many resources, so there's no concern for them in this area. Lower class receive help from institutions that give them resources to cover their needs, while that there's status class that doesn't have enough resources to cover a better quality of benefits or rights, for example, the health and education. The highest class try to inculcate an Occidental culture. Because of their power, they are able to do it. This is one clear example of variety of lifestyles even living in the same country. So culture is a general concept that the culture that we have today in our society is not the principal culture that we have to have with us, because we had to come back to the past and see the original people from we come. So that's the original culture that we have to have today in our society, in our Chilean society. That is not Occidental culture. It's just the original culture that we have to see, to have. The people that have less resources always gain benefits by institutions or team government. Rich people don't need that benefit. So there's only one class that is injured by this economic office, and that is the middle class, because they are too rich to receive Sonsa Vargas, and this is
Mapuche people consider themselves to be a people of the land, which derives from the indigenous language Mapudungun. Mapu means land and Chi means people, and they number in excess of 1.3 million people living through the southern cone of South America, in what is now Chile and Argentina, making them the largest ethnic minority group in both states. In Chile, the Mapuche people make up almost 10% of the population. My name is Gabriela Navarro, and this was a quote of the text, The People of the Land. Mapuche are very different from us in all aspects. First, they work the land just for their needs. They don't explore the earth, their own lands, because they say that the land is their mother, so anybody shouldn't explore their own mother. People always trying to get more resources from the earth than they actually need because of the capitalism, and they explode the earth and make the environment worse every day. About religion, Mapuches believe in Nehuichen, their god. They believe that the earth have energy, and every different place have a different energy. The main authority for them is Machi, that connect with the spirit, and they have to respect those spirits. After Spain came to colonize and conquest their lands, they forced two Mapuches to believe in another religion, stolen their original beliefs and their customs. Next, we will show you about a family case that live in Maipú like a traditional family.
So we had an interview with Mapuche's family. It's Juan, Joaquin,
And Elena went to
we have this problem that they refused to record the interview because they didn't want to get nervous. But we have the answers and we want to share them.
They have been here in Santiago about 30 years. They came from the south of the Chile, exactly in the Araucanía region.
They came to the capital when they were really young, like 17 years old, 14 years old. And it was because they were really poor. It's not like they wanted to change that because they think that their life was really simple and they were really happy. But it just was way too much for them. So they came really young and they didn't know that much about the decision. So they came here and they are still here.
Obviously, they have changed. They have mixed with our culture in Santiago, but they keep some of their activities, like for example, Guillatún. That is a
meeting.
It's a meeting
that goes that a group of Mapuches get together every once in a year and they kind of pray to their gods and
to the cross.
To the cross that is a strong symbol, like in Christianity, with widow, a man. So they just give a sacrifice that is part of what they harvest in the land in the year to this divinity to pray for a better year without sickness, more food, vegetables.
They also told us about a famous drink of them, mitai. It's called mitai. It's a kind of...
It's a drink that it's made out of corn. In a really, well, it's not as complicated, but I have no words to explain how they do it. But they said it's really common in their culture.
Elena told us about her religion. that it changed when he came to Santiago, because at first she was very sick in a moment of her life, and she went to the church and prayed to God for the.
And she started to feel better.
Yes.
And she started to believe in that
religion. Yes.
That is Christianity.
And Juan told us
His father is a lonco, that it's the equivalent of a priest, and it's like the one that gives the speech in the guillotine. He starts talking and praying, and everyone follows, and things like that.
we asked them about the Mapuche conflict that is now in Chile, and they said that it is a kind of lie that the TV and the government show, because they said that the Mapuches
are not that violent, and kind of the government make it look that they are this violent, make destruction and things like that, because they know, Juan knows a group of Mapuches, and he told us that they are not that violent. We kind of believe it, because you can't believe everything that it's told to you.
Hay multiculturalismo porque ha entrado mucho extranjero en este momento. Hay chinos, hay coreanos, hay hindúes, hay centroamericanos, todos de culturas distintas, pero se respeta media, no se respeta totalmente.
Gracias. No como en mi país. Aquí no lo critico nada de eso. A lo mejor es que están empezando en estos momentos, ¿me entiendes? Me da la ligera impresión de que como que están empezando, que está resurgiendo. No sé, llegué hace poco a Chile, hace 8 meses, ¿me entiendes? No sé, pero sí, veo un aire de las personas reunidas, les gusta la pintura, el arte. Ahí mismo mira esa cantidad de personas mirando ahí al payaso que está haciendo sus cosas ahí. ¿Sí? Y no, sí, les interesa. Lo que pasa es que hace falta como que la cultura, sí, cultivarlo de los cimientos, como digo.
Aquí yo creo en otros países tal vez se respeta un poco más, pero acá no su totalidad.
¿En qué ámbito eso?
En todos sentidos, así lo veis con temas culturales como la cultura urbana, no sé, por ejemplo, los palestinos soportan con los nazis. Ahora, si tú lo veis con cultura, no sé, por nuestros amigos culturas, nuestro pueblo originario, bueno, tampoco lo respetan. Ni aquí ni en otras partes.
¿Y la gente que viene de afuera?
Ellos yo creo que respetan mucho más. Porque uno mismo, yo creo, cuando viaja a otro país valora más lo que está afuera que lo que está dentro de su propio país. Pero por eso respetan un poco más ya cuando viajan a otro país. Y además que tienen otra manera de pensar.
Can I start now? Korean? Okay. 한국말로 먼저 할게요. Or maybe English, yeah. I've been traveling in South America, like Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, and Argentina, and Chile. So I got a little impressed in Chile a lot. Like I feel like a little bit Korea, because I was walking around the downtown, and then I saw people like just like people in Korea, just similar. They are very busy and in a hurry, and I see it's very good. I mean, good things. It's like to develop a lot. I don't know. I mean, my English is not that good anyway.
It's okay.
So compared to other cultures, I think Chile is the kind of the best in South America, and so of course the last stop before Chile was Argentina. I mean, I stopped Argentina, Buenos Aires. People in Buenos Aires, they are not nice, they are not friendly. But in Chile, especially in Santiago, is very super nice. And especially I went to the Valparaiso. The seafood I love so much here. I'm dying for that. It was super great. Anyway, my name is Lee, Myung-hwan Lee. I'm from Korea, but I go to school in US, so maybe, yeah, that's it.
Okay. As we read in the text who is a migrant, there are categories to classify why they left their countries. These migrants could be voluntary or forced to leave their countries, maybe because they are looking for a better economic situation or because there is a conflict in their countries. Now we have an example of a forced migrant. His name is Riziki Sampakiya Nathan and he is 17 years old. He has been in Chile for 8 years and he left his country because it has been at civil war for 36 years. So his family decided to migrate to another country, but a mistake with the travel agency made him arrive to Chile. He has felt comfortable in our country, mainly in the school. However, there are people that don't respect his customs and traditions and make fun of him. So this is a good example why in this country we don't have multiculturalism, because the diversity of people are not respected at all. My name is Maria Alejandra Moreno and this was one of the problems about the topic of multiculturalism.
Hello there, I'm Hugo Pizarro and this is her conclusion. Okay, so after having watched this documentary film, we can appreciate that the laws that make the whole system work are unfair to Chilean people and foreign people that live in our country. Because those laws are made by a little group of rich people that ignore the difficulties, social and economically talking, of the average Chilean to time. So this makes our laws less effective for the good interaction between people. But the problem is that it's already affecting us as Chileans and just Chilean people. So we can expect a domino effect that if it already ignore a few of our customs, that it will be even worse in the case of another culture from the other side or customs like that. An example of this is that how we don't accept for Mapuche's population because it's kind of sad because they were the first people in this place. We are here like ignoring them, and we can see how the government, even when they create laws to protect them, when they are in a really big problem, they ignore them or apply another kind of laws affecting them in a way. For example, this law, anti-terrorist law that Pinochet in his government created. Today, our government is using that law to attack the actions they are taking to keep their lands, and I find that is not okay. So in this, the conclusion we have is that laws are good to keep the order in our society. The problem is when these laws start to mess with the culture of people that come from the outside.